Welcome back and thanks for joining us and giving us just a little bit of your day today because we have a very interesting program. We have Miss Laurie from Andalusia Health and we have Miss Brittany who's here on just working hard to learn some things about health and to get her advancement. And tell us about the program that you started, another program at Andalusia Health, and this is exciting.
Um, Andalusia Health is partnered with ACON, which is Alabama College of Osteopathic Medicine. It's out of Dothan. Our core site is actually Bruton, but Andalusia, Monroeville are some of the off sites and the ones that they can rotate with. We have preceptors, which are also our physicians, and then our students come in and they rotate with internal medicine, they rotate with OB, we have a general surgery, different categories, and those are called their core. So they have to complete all their cores first, and then they'll move on to electives and selectives to try to figure out, exactly what they want to do. This is a time where, they might know one route they're going to do, and then by the time they've done some of their rotations, they fell in love with a totally different specialty. So I had a fourth year student. This is my second year doing this, and she was totally going to go into orthopedics. She had decided that that's what she wanted to do. She started off, was doing her core rotations, and she has now fell in love with an OB. So she's went from ortho to OB, but that's what she's going to, and I'm excited for her because she's going to the next phase. She's leaving me.
Right.
My fourth years are going on their residency auditions, so they go to different hospitals that have residency programs, and before an ACOM student can get in there, they have to do an audition. It's almost kind of like a tryout, and then they'll get placed in their residency program, and then after residency, they'll be a physician. They'll be a DO when they get done with all their courses. But they start over in Dothan, and Brittany has just joined us from the Dothan program. They do a rigorous 2-year studies, and I'll let Brittany kind of, talk a little bit about what they do over, to get them prepared to come over for their rotations here. So I'm excited about being a part of ACOM, and I'm excited about, Andalusia Health, opening another door for us to be able to grow, bringing in new physicians and medical students so that they can see our area, and hopefully the ultimate goal is that they'll fall in love with Andalusia, and one day when they get done with their residency programs, they'll come back and take care of us.
That's pretty exciting. Now, Brittany, who are you working with in Andalusia for your preceptorship?
Right now, I'm working with Dr. Burke.
What kind of doctor is Dr. Burke? A lot of people aren't familiar with Dr. Burke.
He's a medical internist, so he works primarily in the hospital, but he also works in a clinic.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Dr. Burks has a unique clinic. You might have heard of the hospitalist program at Andalusia Health, and Dr. Burke's one of those hospitalists. So if you do not have a primary care doctor, and for some reason you might have to be put in the hospital, maybe you go to the ER and it is an emergency, and you need to be placed in as an inpatient, then if you don't have a primary care that can round on you in the hospital now has a hospitalist program, and Dr. Burke is a part of that. So it's very unique for Brittany to be able to rotate with Dr. Burke, because she not only gets a clinic setting where we actually see patients, she gets that hospitalist setting as well.
Plus, he's a super nice guy.
Absolutely.
He's a wonderful person.
He is.
Great heart.
He is.
And so this is your actual third year of being in this business? Or?
It is. It is. The first 2 years, like she said before, is done in Dothan, and that's primarily schoolwork.
Right.
And where we learn about all the different diseases and, the way they happen and the medicines that you can use to treat them, and, about the medication themselves, the side effects, that kind of thing. And then our last 2 years, we go to different core sites, like she mentioned before, and they're really kind of spread all throughout the southeast, but a lot in Alabama mostly. And so yeah, we we go there and go out to hospitals and get to see, you know, the real life, the applications.
Did you choose Andalusia or did they choose you? How'd you get here?
It's kind of a process of what you do. It's like an optimizing process. You put down your top 10 places, and the school system tries to make everybody happy, kind of thing.
Right.
And so
A win-win-win for
that's
everybody.
right. That's right. And so
A
I
win
was
for
excited.
you, the student, a win for the hospital, and certainly a win for the community to get young people to learn, you know, to carry on the torch.
That's the goal.
I am so excited that Andalusia Health, every month you just learn something new about Andalusia Health. Of course, we've had Dr. Long on here talk about urology. We've had Dr. Kelly come on and talk about orthopedic surgery, and for goodness sakes, Dr. Price seems like he's been here for 10 years now. He's so busy he needs another cardiologist here. The hospital's certified now. If somebody comes in with chest pains, we're accredited. You don't have to go anywhere else. They know how to take care of a heart situation and have saved lives, literally. And I had Dr. Kelly operate on my knee, and he's a DO.
Mm-hmm.
And some other famous DOs. Can we mention some other famous DOs in town, you think?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Dr.
Well, Dr. Kelly's one of our preceptors.
Yeah, he's,
It's not on the core, so they won't go, the first couple of rotations, they won't get to do Dr. Kelly, but, you know, at the end of the rotations, there's some selectives and electives.
okay.
And so, if they want to do a rotation with him, and he also has that experience, you know, he's a surgeon and in the clinic. So they
And he's also a sports doctor, which is extremely important because he serves both the young football player and the people that are 66 like myself. And that is a wide range that is needed in a small community. It's a service that's provided by Andalusia Health that provides for the entire, from little babies all the way up to us.
Yes.
That's important.
Yes, and he's a great preceptor. He takes the extra time with the medical students, shows them, you know, about x-rays, teaches them what to look for,
Right.
you know, techniques in surgery. They actually get to scrub in with him, go into surgery, get that experience there that they need, and, you know, really leave knowing a lot more about ortho and bones and anatomy and things like that. So it's a great rotation. Dr. Smith is also one of our preceptors, and we have a third-year medical student, Yoon Jai, that is with Dr. Smith, rotating, and they have just finished up a rotation. He had a wonderful rotation with Dr. Smith. You know, she's very unique also because not only does she have her clinic, she sees her patients at the hospital, and also services the nursing home. So,
That's right, I forgot about that.
So Yoon was able to go with her at 3 facilities and kind of see, you know, what family medicine does and have that experience.
How
'Cause Dr.
unique
Smith
is
was
that?
the family rotation. So it's very rare to have all 3 settings, but, you know, that's why I try to make sure that all my students get a chance with Dr. Smith and have those different rotations. And
There again is another person with a heart of gold. She just has a heart of gold. And I mean, all these doctors that you have brought in are just absolutely, they have the whole family in mind, and they bring their families, you know? And what made you want to get into this field, Brittany?
I think it goes back to when I was little. My dad was a doctor, and I kind of got to hang out with him and see things that, you know, normally I may not would have saw. And it just kind of, I saw the way the community treated him and the way he treated the community. And from the time I was little, I knew that's what I wanted to be.
Well, that's wonderful. And so you'll be with Dr. Burke right now, but then you'll get to choose at the end of your course period if you want to take any electives in Andalusia.
How does that work, actually?
Yeah. There's several selectives and electives that they get to choose from.
Right.
I try to get as many physicians as possible signed up.
Okay.
So, you know, we've got some OB, and we've got Dr. Bong. Is
Dr. Bong,
one
yeah.
of our pediatric rotations. Now, that's an actual core. So we'll have our students rotate with Dr. Bong some.
Okay.
And get a lot of kids. He sees a lot of kids in our area, so you get a great experience there. But once they finish their course, they'll go into their electives,
Right.
and they get to choose which ones.
I wish I could work with Dr. Yankuma for a little while.
Yes.
Yeah.
Dr. Yankuma is also
Is
a
he?
preceptor.
Is he
I
really?
tried to sign up as many as I can
Oh,
because
What a unique individual that he is.
And infectious diseases.
Oh,
You know, he also does that
I
and
know.
internal medicine.
I know he saved some people in my family's lives before. I'm really seriously, he's a blessing to our community.
He is. He
And
is.
then he's also got a heart of gold because he took all the clothing he could find in Andalusia and sent back to Africa. I don't know if you know that or not, but he sent like tons of it.
Yes.
And then you just don't have enough storage, so you have to send money. You know, it's just hard to do. So I think that the DO program is a wonderful program. My personal physician's Dr. Boynton. He's a DO, and
Yes.
he does all the Department of Transportation testing. And we have, if you work in Andalusia, you're either a truck driver or an oil rig worker, or you work at Shaw, and you have to have those tests done to make sure you're, compliance with all the laws. And it is not just a one little check off thing anymore. It's complicated.
It is. It is.
So I hope you get the whole experience of Andalusia Health, and I hope that we can be of service to you in your growth, because I think one day you're going to be a great doctor. I'm sure of it. I really believe that, and I think that the way y'all select people to be in your program, that y'all are so sincere in bringing people that have the right attitude about humans, about other fellow man.
Right.
You know.
Right.
And there was a country music song on the radio today, "We All Bleed Red," and so you see a lot of people already, don't you, in your day?
I do.
A lot of different examples of things that aren't in the textbook, probably.
It is. It's, my knee problem may not be the same as your knee problem, but I don't know, it's just the way they manifest themselves, it's just different. So it might be the same disease, but it has different faces, and that's been just to be able to see different people and to see their diseases and to see their processes and to see, they started here and now they're progressed to here, or they've gotten better. That's just been an experience that that I don't know that is replaceable for a textbook.
But once again, Andalusia Health is doing something that spreads out past our region, but brings the world to us, and provides a service that is so unique that, ever since Mr. Yang's been here, your new CEO, every day y'all are on a different path to learning how to make our community a healthier place to live. And I think you're going to see the life expectancies and the birth rates, and I think everything health-wise is on the up and up in Covenant County because of Andalusia Health. And Brittany, we want to encourage you, if there's any way we can help you, if anywhere in the community you see Brittany out and about, support her, let her know that you care about her and that you want her to do well, and keep those people that are in the hospital, keep them in your mind and in your prayers, because, if we can't visit them, we sure think about them, right? Thank y'all for being here today.
Thank you so much for inviting us.
Absolutely.